Hello. We're playing RTT for the Season 29 League Championship. Marcus couldn't make it this season, so we had to find a replacement. And we ended up with RTT. So, that's just how it goes sometimes. This board is perhaps a bit messy. I can see maybe a couple of different approaches that might be reasonable. You certainly want to Lost Arts some kind of cantrip, I think. I'm not sure. So there's buy draw, village effect from Lost Arts, which would probably be reasonable to apply to like a patrician or a vagrant. Though, yeah, I mean, that's going to give you the most flexibility as far as playing different terminals. I'm going to open one lookout. I guess the only question is whether I want to open two. I probably will go lookout Swindler here. You could also go like lookout Skulk, which might let you well, Skulk is worth 2 points as well, but it also might let you pick up a couple patricians or something, which I think would be okay. As well. Transmogrify is also a possibility. So Transmogrify will let you also hit Labyrinth and also change your states into cantrips, but I have to think. The gold is not doing a huge amount for you on the first shuffle unless you happen to get lucky and hit a Lost Arts. Otherwise, it's fine to take it on the next shuffle as well if you hit, but you may not hit 4 on this shuffle. So, of course, your Swindler has a good chance of not doing a lot for you if you just give them curses and then they look out. But of course, it could totally win you the game if it hit their good stuff. So, I think the Skulk is just a pretty. I think I'd rather be clean a little faster here. So he has the golden sombrero. I would have liked to play my lookout turn 3, of course, but it's not as bad as what he's got here. By a long stretch. And so I think I'm going to go with the patricians, though there's some. He didn't have golden sombrero. Never mind, I was confused. I'll probably take a Swindler here off my Transmogrify. This is, of course, a good swindler for me. Or a fine swindler reveal, anyway. See what he gets on 5. He gets a skulk, which I think that's fine. I could, of course, go for the triple lookout, but I do need to hit 4 here, I think. There's a question of whether... I guess I'll just get the skulk as well. It would have been really excellent to find this discard. Doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess if I want to get another skulk, it's okay. So this might be a little excessive on the skulking. He gets patrician. The skulk, of course, doesn't do anything nice for me here. Otherwise, I would get another labyrinth. I would go like skulk, buying patrician vagrant, which would be pretty good. So I'll just play the swindler. That's not ideal, but it's like okay. He's gonna get... No, he didn't get a points emporium, but he can get a normal one, or he can lost arts. He's got his swindler now, which could be bad. Could be quite harmful. Unless he hits like my transmogrify, that would be okay. I was a lucky patrician. I mean, you know, fortunate patrician anyway for him. Okay. Those were good lookouts. I do miss the the Emporium points by 1, I guess, but that's fine. So I get 3 Emporiums to his 2, and we split the pile, but I got more Emporiums, which is not necessarily better at all. And I didn't get to my skulk or anything. Yeah, so we missed this by 1, but that's life. Last card's a skulk, so if he gets a swindler playing, it's a fine. He'll probably give me a transmogrify, but I don't need the buy right now. Oh, he gives me a gold. That's pretty good, actually, for me. This will be a Royal Blacksmith buy for me. And I assume, well, he may do Lost Arch Royal Blacksmith. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I'm not sure if it's actually worth it for me to do the transmogrify this turn. I can be a little more opportunistic, I think, about it. Maybe just wait for now. Poverty is nice. I can get 2 Royal Blacksmiths here, which I think I will do. I think he should not have replaced my skulk with a skulk. Like, that just looks bad to me. Give me a transmogrify, which I would take, but it's still not that, good for me. So. The swindlers hitting villages are going to hurt. That hurts a little bit. We'll see if he gets another Royal Blacksmith here. I'm not sure exactly how many coppers I have left. I have a curse. Thinking it might be worth it to call the transmogrify on one of these lookouts. So we'll just try and see if we can get to a Royal Blacksmith. No, this is still okay. This is a lot of my villages. There's one more, I think, left with a Royal Blacksmith in there, so. I could get a Haven, which is not bad for this deck at all. losing the so he's the first one to get to draw deck and set aside presumably a patrician, and then still play a couple skulks and a swindler. So he had the first like really good turn. That Haven is not, or that swindler hit is, it's not the worst thing ever. It's not good, but it could have been worse anyway. Like it could have been Emporium, I guess is what would have been worse. Gets another skulk. That might be a little greedy, although he did get to set aside. So I mean, I obviously don't want to leave a copper on top. Okay. Envious is pretty good. Why did he give me a free gold? That was very strange that he would do that, but anyway. So I don't feel like there's that much more building that can be done usefully. I guess I could. Well, no, I already have enough for double province. I'm trying to figure out if I want more havens or vagrants. This is a great starting hand. He'll draw here. I don't know if he has 12, 14, or sorry, 9, 14. He doesn't have $16 yet, I don't think. Unless there's another gold in there that I'm missing. That was great swindler hit. That was not a great, I wouldn't say. If I had the lookout in hand, this would all be quite nice. Oh yeah, plus he was envious there, so he even doesn't get to pay back much debt. I think I'll probably save the transmogrify until I see a finish, which we may get with swindlers eventually, but it's hard to say. That's good. I would like to haven a patrician if I can. I haven't discarded a copper yet, and I did play one last time, so that's friendly. Oh boy, that's really great for me, actually, because it hurts his I wonder if I should just get one province and then, or if I should just double province and be way ahead. It would be nice to get another haven, of course, which I suppose I could have done if I hadn't trashed the copper, but oh well. This was probably a province hand, though not guaranteed. It would be great for swindlers to hit provinces. He still doesn't have like that much money because of my good hexing so far. So what does bad omens do? Oh, nothing. Bad omens just a shuffle. Oh, it was the wrong order. That's kind of funny. He's got to score some points now. So I think I have like 3 curses now. I could mill here, mill province here, which would be the other thing would be to like mill Skulk into Watchtower, which would give me some extra draw. But I already have a pretty big hand, so not really much draw. But I could mill a province. If I double province again, then there just won't be enough points left really on the board. Otherwise, I can also just wait till later. He does not have a transmogrify at all. Whoa. Or if there was like a way to end it, that would also be fine to do, but I'm not seeing it. I think I'm gonna wait. So I do draw on here a little bit. Alright, looks like we're gonna get to double again. I don't have curse left. I think they're just good things left. So this is just like a hard point deficit to come back from. You have to start doing duchies, and with the swindlers it's a little difficult. The swindlers rush the end of the game. I don't get to mill, unfortunately. I guess I should have milled last time. But I can get like a vagrant if I want. Or I can save it for the mill. I don't actually know what's better. I'm going to try the... If I had one of the village guys in hand, I would just... well... Swindler's not bad actually either, to just buy a duchy. Trash a curse, buy a duchy, maybe hit a province and mill. I can see that actually. Set something aside. He's not going to catch me in one turn. Though like in that case I might as well Envious might actually stop me here. I mean, it could easily stop me. Could also fail to stop me, but... Because right now, like, I don't have... I mean, now I have it in hand, but... or nearly. I guess I don't actually technically have it in hand yet. Now I have it in hand. Alright, so I got the first game as second player. Which is nice. I don't know if that was mainly just shuffles, but I strongly disagree with his choice to give me another, to replace my skulk with skulk, because that was my only skulk at that point. I had just transmogrified the other one, and so it was a bit of a hard sell to do that. This is a really messy board. Sort of a incredibly messy board actually, because you're gonna play your lucky coin some, like you're just going to, and then no trashing apart from boon stuff. There are a lot of boon stuff. And of course there's draw and scrying pool and king's court. Like, you can draw your deck. It's hard to do it every turn because you're gonna have so much crap in your deck. Just like so much crap. So he also gets the Sea Hag, which I think is correct. Now is kind of a decision point where I have to figure out exactly how many silvers I'm willing to take here. Which is not clear to me anyway. This will be a band. Well, it could be a potion. Could be a sea whale on something, which would be not that impressive. I think I'm gonna try the scrying pool. It seems like the game's just gonna last forever. Oops. Earth Gift's pretty nice. This is a nice combination. He gets a second Sea Hag, okay. I can live with that. We'll see if he gets a potion. There is a lot of alt VP, right? There's a ton of alt VP. So in principle, if you have enough time, you can build up here, as long as the decks don't run out. So I'm gonna stop playing Lucky Coin. That's funny. Don't play Lucky Coin, but get the Mountains Gift. So he's gonna surely win the curse split a little bit, but it's not like immediately obvious to me whether that was a good time to. I mean, I might have gotten Flames Gift and then I would have got to Trash Curse, which would have been cool. This is fine. I don't need to buy something. Do I want a gold? I'm gonna say no. You might get to play as Fool, and so might I. So he gets the nice ones, really, for this board, or for what I'm doing at least. Not so much for what he's doing, which is apparently tunnels. Though maybe he's just using tunnel to get. Well, he has an awful lot of tunnels anyway. That was not a great. Set for me. This is nice. I don't want this. That was very nice. He gets another trash, which is good for him. I am curious as to what his plan is, I guess. So I can get triple boons, but they're somewhat likely to be not great. They're good, or they're fine. I probably can afford a second cellar. The worry with the cellars is that that's like a third pile. Or that's my worry with the cellars anyway. My scrying pools are hiding a bit more than I'd like. kind of trying to just like go right up to the end of this shuffle because I don't want all this stuff to miss. This turn might be okay. Yeah, I mean, I think the problem is he might be able to just make this pile out work for him. That's my only real concern. Oh, it was, sorry. I wonder if he'll let me undo that. I was super confused. Now I can't really play the... Well, I can give him a gold, it doesn't matter. Yeah, he's just going to be... so far along on points. And my deck is not going anywhere. So now it's just the tunnel rush, or the cellar rush, I should say. Which he could do it in a single turn, potentially. Quite easily, actually. Okay. And I need like 3 provinces or like super huge conquest before it works out for me anyways. I mean, I can do reasonably large conquests with certain draws, certain really lucky draws. But not with your average draws. So I can go to the end here. I think there's still like another band. So my fear here is that I'll trigger a shuffle. What am I sitting at right now though? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, I can conquest here for a reasonable amount of VP, but maybe if I had gotten Mountain Village there, I would have been able to do it. So I can conquest for 3 and 5, so I can get 8 VP now. And then what? You know, next turn he wins. I can also just get 9 VP just buying Province Duchy, and that's gonna be better. Because I won't gain 50 cards. Yeah. It's still gonna end up short, of course. He's almost certainly gonna end it on his turn. I mean, maybe I need to buy King's Court and hope I can do a bigger turn, but I don't really even have the cards to do a bigger turn. So you do double seller here. Yeah, Wisp, no. I needed the silver there, would have been nice. Because if my first conquest is 4 VP, then that's a little bit more interesting. I mean, it's still possible with a super miracle draw, but I don't think that really matters. Nope. Maybe I make it if there's not Seaway. But I didn't really think about that as an interaction that would let him speed up the end there. I didn't consider it really until he did it. So this is a big you can build up quite a bit and there's no attacking, so I don't really know the best way to proceed here, though. I think I'm going to go Silver Mill. It's a little hard to work the distant lands in since you want to be playing wars. Lots of reasonable training targets depending on what your deck ends up like. You can do distant lands. I mean, it's not impossible to do like one distant lands at a time. I feel like without the trashing, you're gonna need to get like all bit of all the draw that's here, which is a lot. There's a lot of options, but I feel like you're gonna need some of all of it just to sort of make it through. He with a 4-3, he might be able to do scouting party now. He just gets the silver. I'll take a wharf here. You would play with 2 wharves and then be happy with your wharf situation for the most part. Does seem like a place where an alchemist will be useful, but maybe a little hard to find the time for it. He is going with a potion, I guess, now, or maybe a second mill. That's one thing you can do. I'm just going to go ahead and get my second wharf so that I play one. For sure. I didn't have this 6, so I didn't really have this luxury of setting it up that way. And hopefully this doesn't draw too bad. Okay, it draws totally clean. Actually, we'll see if he lets me undo this. I think I'd rather have an archive first. It's definitely good to have a bunch of one thing that you can train. So if he does decide to just kind of rush down the mills here, I think that's reasonable. I think that's totally reasonable. And of course it doesn't hurt to have that split in terms of points a little bit. I don't know if it's really literally the fastest way to scale up here, but it can't be too bad. I'm not sure exactly how many archives I want to play with. Dream scenario is we top deck the archive here and we get it off the draw, but not too likely. Still drawing well, or drawing very well. I want to mostly avoid excess silver. So I can't decide if I want an alchemist or not. I mean, alchemist for the consistency boost is of course great. And then I can't decide if I want Market Square for the peddler, for the training. But Alchemist might be even a better target there. There's so much points here that I don't think it's good to commit to one way of greening particularly fast. So far I've drawn well with the wharves. Unless my top card's an estate, it's better to just take the estate now. Which it was. So this cost me $1. I don't know if it was a very important buck, but it did cost me $1. Nice draw for him. Good, he missed Wharf here. Oh, this is great. This draw is just perfect. This draw was also very good. I don't really know if I should have. I thought about taking a mill just to sort of contest him a little bit on those, because one mill for me is probably as good as a peddler. I should have taken a mill. I wasn't really thinking about how many cards I had left, to be honest, in a sensible fashion. Because one nice thing about my market squares, of course, is that I'm in a better position to threaten the this is very good. I'm in a better position to threaten the estate pile. So that's really nice. Also, I just have a little more draw than him. And a little more consistent draw in some sense. But he got through the deck here, and so he probably... Oh, he didn't get Wharf. Okay, that's good. I'm not especially worried about him taking provinces now. There's just so much points on the board. Unless he can finish it, it's not that scary. or it's not really even, I wouldn't say scary at all. Except that he did get the mills. I should have taken one more mill. That was just bad on my part. 3, 4, 5. I would like to have $18 in deck. So that I can take, well, I can take one now. I would kind of like to take some castles. 15. That might be a little hard for him. Great. This turn was kind of cruddy for him. Probably goes double lab or something. No, just province. Okay, I'm fine with that. Great. Yeah, this looks really good for me. His draw is just going to be not really squared away. I may miss worse now, but so an estate pilot is not quite enough. So Now I'm borderline sad. No borderline. Okay, so we missed the potion, which isn't great. Which is not great. Though on the other hand, well, there's no really on the other hand. It's not great to miss the potion. I can scouting parties a couple times. He will probably put together a bit of a turn here since he's got a wharf play and he's got I think some labs coming up. What does this do? That one I might just leave for him. I'm still not in a rush, right? Or I don't need to be in a rush. That hurts a little bit. The $9 castle can be worth just such a huge amount of points for me, and it's a little harder for him to make it worth a lot. I may get a shot at both of them here, depending on how I draw my labs. Of course, now my deck is a mess too, so there's not like no sort of guarantees that anything comes together. But he just doesn't really have any draw. So this is good. Next turn I'll still be going somewhat. Yeah, this is just going to be good enough to win because he doesn't have a wharf down. He's not going to put together that much stuff. The only question would be like if I wanted to do a small castle, but I don't think so. Well, I suppose if I had enough to just make it work right now, I would do it. But I don't have that much money. Of course, I don't want to leave a pile out for him. But, like, what is his deck doing? Just next to nothing. How much do I have? 5, 7, 10, 13, 14. So 16. 16 is not even enough to buy both of them unless I draw some money off the wharf play. I would have to make sure king wasn't winning for him if I did draw on. So I did get enough. So king would only be worth 2 points for him, and this is going to be worth 8 points, and then next one's going to be worth, I think it's fine unless he can score a bunch with the other one. I think this is okay. 6, 9. This is worth 9. Yeah, this will be pretty much no matter what I draw, I'll have enough green to get the other one. Technically, the province is worth more money at this point. When he double province that first time, I was pretty much sure I'd win. I had some other nice things going for me as far as the game went, but when he provinced there was just no way. Or when he double provinced. Okay, so this board looks like a clear governor board. Marcus. So the dismantle, of course, is like you can open it and then be like, I think, incredibly sad later on. I don't believe in it. So for me, the question is whether you want to go silver or like silver rat catcher. Because you really would prefer to get sentries. So there's something to be said for greening a little sooner. Well, probably not with groundskeeper. I'm not sure. Governor's not like the best at Governor's not the best card for groundskeeper in a lot of ways. So 5-2 is really nice. I think I'm just doing silver. This will be a sage. Hopefully I get 5 on one of them, but... Alright, so this is fine. That's a great shuffle for him. Like, super great. I mean, I will buy a dismantle here for sure, but like I think he can take one. Rat catcher also fine for him. See if he just goes straight into governors now. No. Hopefully we find another sentry. Yes. Perfect. Yeah, that actually is a little bit hard to decide to go for the dismantle here. It's probably not the point for it. You may be able to governor remodel into it. Hopefully we don't find silver, but if we do, we will buy a governor. So I'm up 2 governors. We're both pretty clean. He's gonna get a governor, I assume. Oh, that's really sad. Defiled Shrine might be something to consider on one of these turns. I might have an opportunity for it here, assuming it's still available. Because it is quite a bit of points at this point. He might be taking it. No. Yeah, he might still be taking it. So he's probably taking the Defiled Shrine here. Oh, and he's getting the Aqueduct points too. That's pretty nice. This is a big scoring point turn for him. So that's not bad at all for him. To get 14 points there, which he'll be able to presumably clear up okay. There we go. Now we're in business. I'm drawing him too much. like considerably too much, but I wonder if he still has his necro. No. So it's 5-1 on the governor split right now. I might be able to get 4 of them here. Or he probably gets 2, and then I might be able, well, I should be able to get the last 2 pretty easily. It's unfortunate that I have this overgrown estate in hand here, but so 7-3 split on the governors is okay. I can live with it anyway. He can make it 6-4 if he has dismantle. Yeah. I don't actually think I want to give him too many silvers if I can help it. This turn anyway. Well, he doesn't really have the governors to take advantage of it. So I can get back a little bit of the points here by taking the aqueduct now. And I'm going to take an estate because it's a little better defensive target. Well, it's not really, is it? I would take duchy into gold. Might prefer estate into silver to be, or estate into sage. But anyway, this is all fine. So I'm not really behind in points now. And I have 7 governors. So I'm pretty okay with that. This is an interesting play from him. I could just gain a bunch of golds this turn. Like, I could just take 4 golds. He doesn't have... I don't think he has any golds left. So... I'm not really sure how this all should go down. There's still a copper in here. I didn't get to the other groundskeeper, which is a bit of a bummer. Hoping my better pile threat does it for me. I don't know though, maybe he just buys a couple provinces here and is pretty good to go. I might be able to do 4 provinces. I don't really know what my gold status is there. I can get pretty close to it anyway. Well, I'd have to have 3 governors to do. I probably should have gone duchy to gold, actually. Yeah, that would have been better. It's going to be hard for me to take province. I guess 3 provinces with the groundskeepers down might be okay, as long as I don't... It's a little hard. 3 provinces and a duchy might be okay. Well, this is going to be a draw for sure anyway. Okay, so I do have 3 golds. Some more of these cards are just cantrips. I still have 5 governor plays left. Okay. A triple province duchy wouldn't be too awful. It would be a lot of points anyway. So this sage is going to be a bit of a pain. Okay, so sentry and governor left in the deck. If we had... Well, no, we couldn't really do that. I could also buy the curse. That's not going to be too impressive. Problem is he will also have that option. I don't know that this is enough points, but it feels like what I have to do. I guess I can take the defiled shrine points too. If I had maybe... I'm not sure if I had the draw for it, but if I had made the duchy of gold, I think I could have quad provinced. He's gonna have to get a lot of duchies. And he trashed his dismantle already, right? So he can't get that many. I hope. We'll find out. And I could still like dud on the following turn. Relatively easily. So I don't know if the 2 points are worth it. What is he? I have 3 sentries, so he has, or 3 groundskeepers, so he has 4. So if he gets 4 down, duchy or province is 10. Double duchy is 14. 24. 50. So that's already enough. No dismantle, right? No dismantle. Then, so he's limited in his gains, right? He can get at max 4 gains, but realistically 3-ish. So like province, duchy, estate is 10 plus 12 is 22, so that would be a tie if I get this point. The other thing is whether he can like use the the 2 points himself in some way. Like if I don't get it, he can province duchy. Province duchy would be 10, 17, 19. Nah, that won't do it. I'll just take it, but I'm gonna dud and then cry. I guess what I'm saying is I don't think it'll impact my ability to get the last province, so I might as well take it, but I mean, if he can just do the duchies, then he's gonna get it. Fortunately, I can defensive here. I don't know if that's enough to protect me. Yeah, it is actually, isn't it? It's like enough to make it so that he can't catch me by a point. If he does have province and duchy by in hand, that drawing that dismantle was enough to... So now I just have to find a province, or find a whatever. Which I could still dud. I mean, I didn't, but... Alright. Well. Yeah, I did need... I guess he had enough money to do it. Maybe he didn't have enough money. I'm not really sure of his hand. Alright, well, that was 3 games I won, so I won the championship. But we're going to still play the rest of them. So that's cool. This looks like a interesting board. Probably go lone exorcist. I'm not sure. I can't decide on the apothecary issue. You don't really want them. I mean, you kind of want them. The trashing's pretty slow. But you would rather trash than keep the coppers around for sure. I can't decide if you do a young witch opening or not. Miser should be pretty slow. The hard thing here is the gains, which are not non-existent. Werewolf is important, or pretty important. 5-2 is not that good here. Since he didn't get a loan, I'm going to curse him at least a couple times. I'm sure he'll buy a loan now, so I don't know how many times I'll actually get to curse him, but this will be an exorcist for me. This was a decent shuffle. As him, I might have just gone ahead and I might have just gone ahead and bought the werewolf with the 5. This may flip my young witch. Didn't. The seller's not that good. Right? Like, it's just kind of... I'm pretty thin anyway. I do need a silver, which I will be able to afford this turn most likely. I guess he didn't find his loan, so he probably will block. Unless he's just thinking about playing the loan, in which case he may not block. He does get a silver, which I think is totally reasonable. I like have to buy a silver. I don't have to. It feels like I ought to buy a silver, maybe is the way to put it. I'm just going to embrace the thinning. He'll block here. I could buy a copper, I guess. Here I will buy a silver. To do an estate into wisp, well, actually, I'll get an imp and buy a silver. So this is okay. Hopefully I hit 5 here. Definitely not that unlikely if the wisps draw at all. So we'll see. I feel relatively okay about my position. The sort of the advantages and disadvantages are a little interesting. This should work fine, right? Get him a curse in, that's cool. Let's get a werewolf. Get another wisp. I mean, I don't know how much the super hexing works versus just like buying gold and platinum, you know. Like I assume he'll buy gold here, but maybe he'll buy another werewolf, I don't know. The gains are so hard here. So he could easily stay clean here. This didn't work out. I did hit 6, so I guess it actually did work out. So when I say it didn't work out, that part was a lie. If you just hit 9, you're happy, though you might need to buy a second gold before you get there. He got it, so that's nice for him. What does famine do? Oh, famine not a problem particularly. Fear nice. The militia ones will of course be nice. The issue here is that if he like gets a platinum, he'll probably hit his price point anyway. So the discard attack doesn't necessarily. What it may stop him from doing is trashing a curse, which would be good. I assume he'll buy another platinum. Like there's not a huge amount of stuff that's worth like building for. There's hardly anything, I suppose, that's really worth building for. Not really anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. I gotta get a plat, so then I can start doing more stuff, but until I have the platinum, I can like exercise the silver into an imp or discard copper with Young Witch so that the lone has a target. I think is all reasonable things to do. I find that a bit odd, actually. What does Envious do? I got the platinum already, right? So that probably won't cut it on as far as hurting me goes. In the sense that I ought to be able to still hit 9 with 5 of it coming from that. So I have to think here. I'm going to need 4 treasures to keep around. So like if I do this, I can potentially top deck Wisp, gain input off the silver, trash a copper. That all looks pretty good to me. If I've counted this up right. I'm not actually sure if imps or wisps are better, but they're both pretty good. Nice thing about giving him a curse is that he has a curse. It was weird. I'm surprised he trashed his loan because I'll give him a curse every turn, and then that aqueduct may be quite nice. The aqueduct, the 4 points there may be significant. Diluted shouldn't matter too much here. I would like to reach a point where I was actually attacking with my Young Witch or attacking with my werewolf rather than just drawing. I could get a ghost or something. I think I'll just keep the gold, but for now. But the gold could become something else. I do like my deck a little bit better than his. I think I'm just going to try and play the this is fine, right? Imp. Well, no. I've got like wisps left. I should just leave them. It's like imp and exorcist. I don't think there's a way for me to draw and play the werewolf as attack, which I would like to do. I don't especially want the exorcist on top though. Though it is on top with a thing. With an imp. Bad omens is nothing. I'm surprised he's not drawing on. That he just is gonna hex me. Oh, he's buying a city. Okay. Well, it's whatever you want. This could be a city for me. I'm not really gonna get much out of playing the werewolf there. It could have been a... What did I trash? Nothing. Oh, it's Exorcist. That's pretty good. So now I'm going to get to curse him without him having any way to get rid of it. I've got a city and I think wisps left, so I think I'm okay on hitting the colony here. He still didn't draw through. If I get another, when I exorcist alone, I'll probably change it to a will-o-wisp rather than an imp at this stage. So he's rebuying it. That's reasonable. I will certainly get a scheme here, which should be quite nice for a few different things. I will think. I think it'll just be really hard with him taking the last two curses. He did get another exorcist, but I guess you'd probably scheme a city. Maybe you can get another imp since we've got the schemes now. I'm not fully sure of that, but miserable is nice. And he falls behind again on a colony, so that's going to be super hard to come back from. I don't know why he trashed his loan. I think that was maybe not the move, although I'm not sure it mattered. Alright, so one more. Looks to be a bit messy. There's not really draw. And it is a colony board. So I don't know. Not good swindler hit there. I don't know if a crypt will work here or not. I tend to think the answer to that question is not, but it also, there's also just nothing going on here. The battlefield, the swindler heat estate is especially bad because of the battlefield here. Otherwise, if I wasn't getting a crypt, it would just be cartographer at this point, I guess. There's just like so little going on. Cup Purse is not the worst card to get here. At least there's not like a really bad 4. So he trashes 3 coppers. I'm not certain that that's worth it, but maybe. He gets a guide, which is fine. Like the Cup Purse will hurt him some. Did I get? No, I still haven't got transmogrified down. can't decide if there's any value in a wedding. 2 debt. I mean, if I have 5 next hand, it's okay. I think I only have 4, not just 3 even, so. Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes more sense. I didn't really think about the transmogrify interaction there. So I'm giving him a lot of free points. This is not a great transmogrify hand. Unless I want a border village. I can also wait till the shuffle, it's not a big deal. Like, I'm pretty much just kidding. If I hit another estate, I'll cry. Somehow you've got to get up to... Well, I could just get a gold, actually. They're like reasonably good. I may draw the cut purse, but that's alright. I don't really feel like I have enough terminals to make the border village worth it. But I would say if you can beat someone up to platinum here and then run with that, you'd be in good shape. I don't know if I'm in a position to do that or not, but I do kind of like getting the golds anyway. Yay, I get some points now. I wonder if he'll mint again. Yep. It's definitely interesting. Not there. Like, I could do it now, though I don't have... The cut purse doesn't really make sense to discard. But... And actually, I assume mint is still the worst thing. It's probably not hugely worse than other stuff. I mean, if you have a platinum, it's probably pretty good. And maybe it's still, I mean, I'm not sure. Probably goes to guide, unless he has no action cards in hand, in which case he might go shanty. Or border village, yeah. Yeah, I mean, to get the border village, then you can add 1 shanty town safely, or fairly safely, which is pretty nice. So we'll see what he gives me here. He may just give the gold back. He's gotta get some money. he's got to move up his deck at some point. Otherwise, he's not going anywhere. I did know those were going to collide, of course. This is an okay collision because I get to swap the cut purse out for something. I'm not really sure. I can do a silver for guaranteed. Can do a silver for a guaranteed platinum, or I can do guide for a, I think it's still guaranteed. Cartographer, I don't want to do the shuffle, so I'm not actually sure of those two, which is, like, the cut purse is not that bad for him. He has some actions and stuff. But, well, anyway, we'll try it. Okay, so I'm probably wanting to guide through here anyway, because I'm gonna have a really cruddy hand. I mean, this part of it is okay. I guess I can wait to guide the next hand. Probably better. Just keep the hand with 2 golds in it. Wait till we have a really, really bad hand. I mean, like, the idea there would have been to just toss everything and then guide the next 5 and hopefully get around to the platinums faster and maybe get the last, maybe get the last battlefield points buying a colony, which would have been pretty nice. I can't decide if there's a spot here where I can make use of crypt. Just not clear to me. These are not especially exciting, but I could buy a border village in a shanty town or border village in a crypt. We'll just have to see how this goes. It's gonna turn ugly if he starts minting a lot of platinum. So that's gonna be one problem. But this is fine. They just buy another platinum. So hopefully this is actually an okay hand, right? But I would really like to get the battlefield points. Not going to happen. I mean, it could happen, right? I could just take them. Okay. This is a great crypt, though. Even though he's probably going to take away one of the coppers. It's still a great crypt. Never mind. It's an even better than great crypt that I thought. I may just buy the province here. what would be ideal he's going to be able to colony this turn. I'll probably take the platinum, I guess, and try and hit the... It's going to be hard. Not impossible, but hard. Uh-huh. Okay, we get 8 there. What did he give me for my swindler? Silver. Gonna stop there. The oof, that's gonna hurt. If he gets a good crypt here, that's gonna make it really tough. Yeah. Unless he like stops paying attention and there's like a, or I just get lucky and there's like a transmogrify opportunity to mill, it's gonna not pan out. I don't even know if I can afford to actually call the transmogrify at this point, if it's like my only out is to catch him not paying attention and to mill and buy colony plus something else. Then I don't know that I can even play the transmogrify or call the transmogrify. So we get 10. Yeah. Of course we did. He'll just call me every time. He's got like 5 platinum or something. He did lose a mint, but that doesn't matter at this stage. And that also removes points parity, that curse there too, so it wasn't like... Well, I had already missed it by missing the colony, so... It was just not happening. I will call guide on this one. But here we can just take the stuff because this is all good enough. We're pretty likely to draw the platinum and not need this thing, but that's just how it goes. He would have to have like a complete dud here, and then I assume he can just end it. No. He would have had to have a total whiff. Like he would have to have not colony here. Why did he do that? Why didn't he buy colony? That doesn't make any sense. So if I can... Like, colony was totally safe, right? Province colony wasn't if he had 4 more points. Yeah, if he had 4 more points, Province Colony would have just tied for me, which would have still lost. So it was safe. Province Colony Estate wouldn't have been safe. Yeah, like I can't hear. I can score 6. I mean, I can go transmogrify Platinum in a province. But I won't end it, and then he'll just end it on his next turn. Most likely. I'm trying to see if that, and if I mill the colony, I would need to buy Colony Duchy, right? Which is like $16. Is that more likely? I would have to get to get a gold, I would have to get like 2 I'd have to hit 2 shanties. Like, there would have to be 2 shanties on the top of my deck, essentially. And Hamlet. There's like no outs. So why am I bothering? To have like 2 shanties and a number of things. Going to province doesn't really help me much. Assuming he has a colony in hand. If he doesn't have a colony in hand, then it's a little different. But between the guides and stuff, I just have to go for now. Let's just see what we can see. It's not gonna happen, but... And here I can't, like... I can't call the guide because that was already as good as it was gonna get. Yeah, like I didn't even get to nothing. Didn't get to nothing. Alright, so it ended 4-2. We played these rated. I hadn't played a rated game in months. Well, I played one accidentally, but before that I hadn't really played one in months and months and months. And still maybe it's been months. But, I guess 4-2 is enough to probably raise my level a little bit. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and I guess the next thing that I'll be broadcasting will be probably this Shuffle It tournament, and it'll be a little while before League starts up again. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy. I'll see you later.